when you are asking what my opinion is about the swine flu, well, I think there is much more to this than meets the eye. About 6 or 8 years ago, it could be that long, even maybe longer, but definitely 6 years ago, we were informed by people in somewhat high places that there were parts of governments that were buying plastic coffins. Huge amounts of plastic coffins. And others were talking about body bags. But if you were going to order plastic coffins and body bags at that time, and to store them and have them stacked up, as people informed us, then I say, interesting, now suddenly you are spreading all over the planet. For the last months and months, there's a danger of swine flu. And so many would pass away. Well, First Nations were the ones who were under the grapevine also told by those in the know that the government had bought special trucks and body bags and all kinds of material. Now, if this swine flu was really known, and you hear this traffic going by, life goes and life vibrates everywhere, then they must have been preparing for this so-called pandemic 8 to 10 years ago. Then if they were already purchasing body bags and plastic coffins and trucks, special types of trucks, and train wagons, building crematoriums, just think about what I'm just saying, prison type, what they call shelters for those who are refusing to be vaccinated. No, this is not hullabaloo. This is as the message comes across from so many. So let us take a serious look. If they were aware this, now suddenly swine flu, that does not make sense, because in my so many interviews, I interviewed scientists, nurses, doctors, researchers, and it all comes together from various parts of the planet that this might be, I believe, and I say I believe, and you are having a right to believe, as I have a right to believe, that this is an orchestrated disaster of humongous, very humongous proportions. That would mean that there would be not hundreds of thousands, but millions to pass away. But if it was normal flu every winter, for as long this flu has been dancing around upon the planet, people have passed away because they had poor respiratory, poor lungs, as many of you would understand. And so many then pass away from the flu. But if we are going to look at a preparation like this, then it isn't 40 or 20 or 30% of the world population that would pass because they were not very well, not very powerful. But it would be then if they ordered all this, as there's evidence, because it was given also evidence to CBC, Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, one afternoon by First Nations, then it seems to be a created cutback on the global population. And for you who are saying that yes, we are overpopulated, are you willing to offer your life up first? And I've said that in the past, and I'm asking you that today. But if you are with an ounce of concern or compassion for others, for your fellow man, whether it is your child, your mother, your father, your brother, sister, your neighbor, or the grocery clerk, or the shoe cobbler, or the man in the car garage, you have an ounce of concern, then you are going to go and raise yourself up to investigate what is really going on, as these professionals have disclosed. And I apologize for the background noise. Nothing one can do. This is nature. This is a city. We have to understand with great compassion and wisdom that this swine flu might be more than the natural, always occurring, or not so natural, flu. An epidemic, they say, they are preparing for. People in the fields of the hospitals, nurses, doctors, and so forth, are all suspicious, even now more so, since it is told that they have to buy very specialized masks. But it didn't tell to buy very specialized masks to your pharmacist, your local pharmacist, the milkman, the grocery store clerks, because they all come day to day into contact with large amounts of people. How about the professors in the colleges, the students in the colleges? They have no value. Only those in the medical profession having to deal, they say, well, they deal with more of them. Not so. You can go to a movie theater and you deal with 100 people in the movie theater, either coughing, breathing, sneezing, whatever. I'm just only coming to you today to again say to you and ask you, and for ourselves, you have shown you're gutless, because you do not seem to be in a state of compassion or caring. All I can say, fellow, can you spare a dime? You couldn't spare $1 to keep us on air. Yet there are those from overseas that say you are doing a great service because you say it the way it is. Well, that is the same as with spirituality. It is the same as with research and learning. Say it the way it is. Don't paint it up. Don't take it down. Don't build it up. Say it the way it is. Your spirituality is very, very important. But your spirituality is nothing. Absolutely nothing. If you do not practice kindness and compassion. And with this, I say goodbye to you and have you come to that place when you see someone suffering, hungry, broken, confused, in tears. Don't be so cruel and walk by and do not reach out. Today it is them and next time it is you. But at the same time, if it isn't this existence, maybe when you're out of the body, it's that existence more difficult to fix. Bye-bye.